No, no.
You are live.
Hey, come on.
Hi, everybody. How's it going tonight? Well, let's do this. Paste. Put it up. There's the link if anybody wants in. Oh, Lordy. How you doing, Breezy? Polar Bear? Patch is in there. Who else we got in there? Drifty, Willie CK. And there's Polar Bear Ed. And Horse just come in. How you doing, Horse?
Hey, Horace. Hi, Willie. Hi, Mark. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Ed. How are you? Oh, geez. Now, we just seen you this morning.
Yeah, think that's the problem.
Oh, Lordy.
You're due for a nap.
No, I think it was the food.
Oh.
Oh, no. That's not good.
Maybe we better find a new place.
Or at least change it up for a little bit.
Yeah, can do that.
I was going to run his live stream for him. I was going to kick him out tonight.
Hey, we used to have a ladies' night live stream every once in a while.
I figured if everybody would freak out if I was in there and not him.
Now they used to get all the missuses together and get on the guys' channels or their own channels, and they would host the panel, and the guys would just hang back in the chat.
Yep.
Hang back in the chat.
But everybody that's in here, don't forget, get your entries in there. Put that number 5 in there.
Willie's already got his in.
I see Willie's already on the ball. He's there. Patch has got his in. Polar Bear Ed just put his in. Shit, he went 55. He won it all the way.
Hey,
Lucky Seven's in the house. He just dropped his 5 in. Yep. But yeah, we worked on that diesel today. We got the motor mounts done, got it all bolted up. Now I just got to weld it to the frame, the motor mounts. He was working pretty hard on that.
Well, that nickel copper line's nice stuff, Willie. I like using that stuff.
Yeah, it is. Good stuff.
Tell me what you got today.
I got some new tools.
New tools or new toys?
No tools. She went out and got me a
drill press.
A stand-up drill press. Because we burned up quite a bit of tools the last couple of weeks, and we had to replace a bunch of tools and everything. So she decided we needed a drill press.
Which you already used it.
Yeah, 8 times today. Junior did. Rich did. But it's all working out pretty good. Did you do any shop time today, Ed?
Yeah, I did. I cleaned up some more parts. Started drilling holes in the plate for the golf cart engine, and
yeah,
between running back and forth to the house and everything. I didn't get a lot accomplished.
Right. But I'm going to be up your way tomorrow. There was a guy, Junior found this guy selling Cub Cadet rear ends. Obviously, he doesn't know what he has.
Right.
I got that rear end for practically nothing, and I'm going to pick it up in Columbiana tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to stop by with those 34s and see where you're at on the clearance on them heads.
Okay. I got the family reunion to go to. I'll be leaving here about noon.
Well, I got to meet him at 10.
Okay.
And if you're not there, they'll be hanging on the door handle.
All right.
The copper, so it ain't going to hurt nothing.
All right.
No, just your favorite.
So, what was you thinking on that gap? 4, 4.5, 5? What do you think?
Well, I was gonna put the rings in and square them up and see what they're at now, and then go from there. Minimum of 4. It shouldn't get that hot running on the methanol, but probably between 4 and 6 thousandths.
Right. Yeah. Officially favored is in the house. We're getting a lot of them in the house tonight.
Lucky. I know a guy who knows a guy who might know a guy who might know a guy who might have the part you need.
Yeah, maybe.
I got a new tool today too. I got that's ring gap grinder come in.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's going to work out good. Hey, did you check that? What was I talking to you about this morning?
We're talking about a bunch of stuff.
4.495. Did you check that rod length?
No, I did not. But I will tomorrow.
Right. If we got some differences in that length. I checked it again today. Between 4 and 6 is 5. Did he go to Carrollton School or what?
Yeah.
Well. But it was pretty interesting. We got quite a bit done today. So
Santa and his elves reunion.
Santa and his hell, yeah. Reed Willie's.
No, it's Scott.
Scott. I seen
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's a good one. But we're getting some headway done.
Between 4.5 and 5. Oh God.
Between 4.5 and 5.5. Jeez. Equals 5? Wow.
My feeler gauges don't go by halves.
No.
Sorry. I like to be precise, but we ain't getting that precise.
And looks like I got a troll in the basement. That's a weird looking troll too. Picking his nose or something.
Stomp them.
Yeah.
Leave them down there with the cockroaches.
Yeah.
I'll give you a troll. This ain't picking your nose.
How you doing,
Oh.
Chris? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, my count went up from 495 to 497 today, Mark.
Did it?
But it's down from last night. That was 516.
I'm still celebrating 500. Someday I'll get up there big time.
People are new. I don't know about the giveaway.
Yeah, Chris, go ahead and drop your link if you want. Anybody who wants to drop a link, you're more than fine to do so if you want.
Give me a second. I'll take care of that.
Yep.
so you getting your Santa costume on to go to your elf reunion?
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on. Not hot. It's too hot for you?
No, I don't want to go. I honestly don't want to go to this reunion as it is.
Oh, well, I hear that. I've been there.
Well, you said this morning you were starting to feel sick.
Yeah.
He really did.
Yeah, you did.
You jinxed yourself, Ed.
There's Chris's link. Everybody, go check him out.
Yep.
Oh yeah, look, I'll get him back. I ain't scared of that.
No, they'll come back. But if anybody wants to, whatever, it doesn't matter. But everybody, don't forget to get your number 5 out there for that drawing. Tonight's the last night
For the giveaway.
for the giveaway. There'll be 2 winners. 2 names will be drawn. So next live stream, they're going to be pulled. So next Saturday night. Last chance.
I hear you.
Must be present to win.
Yep. Got to be present to win. Look at Lucky 7. He's going to town.
And he,
Jeez.
and he,
We only
Don't mind me. Call a redneck lighter.
I guess.
geez.
When I ran that truck off the road last week, Ed, ended up, it messed up the steering link in the middle where I was plowing when I was down in that medium strip, and then the arm from the gearbox down got it too. So I ended up with 2 arms.
good.
So,
Well,
and a front end alignment.
yeah. Well, you said there was a wobble in it, so
Yeah, I got the wobble. I figured the wobble was just all the clay up in the steer tire and my rim and that plowing in that red clay.
it's a lot of weight and a lot of force push on them little rods.
Well, especially as fast as I was going when I left the road.
What, 65 miles an hour?
No, I was passing a whole line of cars when I went left into the medium.
Hey, Fotia, what's up, brother? Good to see you come in, man.
Well, you ran your rig in the media?
Yeah, I had a car pull out in front of me. And it came
Oh,
out.
I hate four-wheelers.
Yeah, and I just missed the car, but the line of traffic beside me T-boned the car.
You're nicer.
How you doing, young explorer? Good to have you in the channel.
All the way from
Yep, all the way from UK.
You're
Right.
nicer than me. I would have put him in the ditch.
No, it would have been a broadside hit, and I didn't want to do that. Not in a tractor trailer. I've already had one bad wreck years ago, and I don't participate in that.
I pushed 3 people off the road like that. You cut me off. I ain't stopping. I ain't putting my vehicle in the media. I'm gonna run you down like a dog.
Yeah. No, what
And then
happened?
go home and drink a beer and lose no sleep.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole that way. I don't care. You go cut me off like that. I've seen too many. I had a good friend of mine roll his rig over and die because someone did that to him. The cops even said if he had ran him over, he would have lived.
Yeah.
Fuck that. You get my way, I'm playing Buford D Justice thing. I'm gonna do like the Snowman did, just run that bitch over.
Yeah, I was down in Alabama and it was wooded, and the car was in the woods, and it was a 69-year-old woman. She pulled out right across both lanes and didn't even stop. She came right out of them woods, and I went left and missed her, and I just missed her, and then the cars beside me hit her. And she went rolling and everything. She rolled 3, 4, 5 times, however many times. But the lady that got the worst of it was the lady that hit her that was beside me. She couldn't see it coming. She T-boned him, and the hood and everything cut that post and everything on her car, shoved the hood back into it, and the motor and everything. It was a mess. And then there was a pickup truck following her after she hit the car, and the pickup truck hit her. It was just a bad deal.
Oh yeah, you got cameras in your truck?
No.
Good investment.
No, I wouldn't even show anything like that. No. Go karts going fishing here. How you doing, Nate?
No, those cameras save you. A dash cam out facing forward dash cam saves your ass. That's the idea. That's what I got them for. I got one in every car I own. The woman I T-boned last year with my car turned from the right, tried to make a right-hand turn from the right and turned in front of me in the left lane. Just went zip right in front of me. She got out of the car and she screamed out, blah, blah, blah. She said I deliberately hit her because she was black.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And I went like this, and the cops were there, and I said she came from the right lane and turned in front of the left. You know, I'm in the left lane. She's in the right lane. She tried making a left-hand turn. Excuse me, from the right lane. I didn't see the color of her. I just saw a black Nissan Murata or whatever there, and I went like this, went over, got my cell phone linked into my dash cam, pressed play, and the cops started laughing. He said, "Don't look like he was discriminating. He was just a silver car T-boning a black SUV because it came and cut him off."
Yeah, you see a lot of that stuff. You get around the big cities and all that and everything, and you see a lot of that. But people are just doing stupid stuff, texting and everything else, driving and stuff. And this old lady, she got a few scratches and bruised up and stuff from the airbags and stuff in her car. But the major thing was she missed her exit, so she was just trying to turn around, and she didn't even pay mind of the traffic, and just came right out and didn't stop or anything. But where it goes.
Yeah, I like dash cams for that reason. If I didn't have a dash cam in my car, they probably would have tried to say it's my fault.
Well, that's just it.
Of course, I find it helps.
You got to rely on the witnesses and stuff, and you know, and that I've never had no big issues like that. The witnesses usually stood up pretty good.
But guess what? This is a different world we live in. You got to think outside the box.
Yeah, it's totally different. You know, it is what it is. You know, people are gonna judge and make their own decisions on whatever it's going to be.
That's why a dash cam in your truck would make sense, because believe me, did you get a ticket?
No, I didn't get no ticket.
Yeah, no. You were lucky, but that you probably have witnesses. But one of these days, something like that could happen. You might have them say, "Oh no, he did this and he did that." Guess what? Your word against theirs. You had a dash cam, you could just say, "Okay, right there, it's good insurance." I'll tell you that right now. It's good insurance. I'm glad I have mine. It saved my butt more than once.
Well, I carry my Ape Man camera in the truck. I do take some videos and stuff. It was hanging there on the visor. Polar Bear made me a bracket and stuff. It was hanging there, but I never kicked it on or anything. But what was you gonna say, Ed?
I'm like Sergeant Schultz. I see nothing.
That's the way half the people are nowadays. They see nothing.
You just said it. That's why I say it. Dash cam's a smart move.
Either there, that guy from Roadhouse at the end. Polar Bear fell on me.
Yeah. Yep. But that's the way it goes. Did anybody else do anything exciting today in the chat? But the link's out there if anybody else wants to go up and see them.
Yeah, you can't trust anybody anymore.
And you know that's the sad part of it.
Okay, truck driver.
Hey, our company's making us go 7 days a week now. We got to go. My boss said that ain't 7 days a week. You get out Saturday morning, you go back in Sunday afternoon. Okay, you're still physically in that truck 7 days a week.
Yeah, but you still got to have that 34-hour restart, no matter what they say.
Tell them that.
No, that's you. That's on you. If you decide to go and not have the 34-hour restart, that's on you, not them. That's you.
They just fudge your logbooks if you let them.
Yeah. Nah, you can't do that.
I know you can't, but that's what guys are doing it. I said I'm free white and over 21. I'm out work. Good drive. I signed a contract for 5 days a week just because they want to run 7 days a week. If they can't find drivers, it's up to them to find drivers because I ain't driving 7 days a week. Nope.
And here comes Horst. There he is.
Hey, what's up, Horst?
Did you spend all
Not
day in
much. And then
Detroit?
I spent the day in Detroit. That wore me out.
Did it?
Yeah.
What in the heck was you doing there?
One of my sister was near that area, and we went to the zoo, and I stopped by her place. The Detroit Zoo actually wasn't that busy at the zoo. Traffic still sucked because it's Detroit.
Right.
Even on a Saturday morning, it's still gnarly.
Yeah.
Well, they tore down 3/4 of Detroit, so that should have been less traffic.
Yeah. Did you do anything more on your tow motor?
Not yet. I got new plugs for it, so I got to get some spark plugs in it and some plugs. I don't know, but I think I might pull the cap on it and clean and gap the points.
Right. Yep.
Need to do another oil change on my Cub Cadet because oil it's been in there for 2 years and it's still clean. But I'm like, it probably needs to be changed out anyway because oil in there before that probably had never been changed in probably 20 years. So I was like, I'll just change it again and just go on because it's been cleaned out now. It probably won't hurt to do again. Except it's gravity feed to the carburetor. It has a fuel pump block off plate on it, and I was scraping it, and I had a chunk of gasket fall in the crankcase. I'm like, not gonna run it.
Yeah.
I was like, it probably won't hurt it, but it's like it'd probably be good to change it out again anyway, because I don't want to risk scoring the bore.
Right.
I have that Shell straight 30 in it, and it's been really good oil, especially when winter time. It still drips pretty good down below 30 degrees. So I'm like, if I can get a deal on it, I'm probably gonna get some more of that Shell straight 30 oil.
Right. Yeah, I got a little case tractor that I'm working on right now, and I just put a Kubota diesel down in it, and
Ooh.
that thing all done up.
Probably wouldn't hurt me to be changing the rat rod either, because that probably needs to be changed again. And they sell that straight 30 diesel oil, which seems to be okay for the small diesel engines. But I trust that Shell Rotella 15W40 more than I do that SAE 30.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's like it's a diesel. I mean, straight 30 diesel oil probably wouldn't hurt it, but it's all off brand. And so I'm like, I can just get a couple quarts of Shell Rotella 1540 diesel oil, which it really
but-
likes that 1540.
Yeah, you're better off though to buy it. It's cheaper to buy it by the gallon. Just buy it in a gallon jug and use what you need than buying quarts.
And the Rotella oil has extra additives in it too to keep the diesel clean.
Yes.
They sell that 1540 Shell oil at 2.5 gallon jugs up at Walmart for like $49.
Yeah.
I think August 24th, I start my new morning career up at college.
Uh-huh.
I'm going. What I'm doing is I'm getting the associate's degree in applied science for medium and heavy duty truck technology.
Right. There's money to be made there. I mean, if that's something that you want to do, there's money to be made in the truck business.
Yeah, because Myers, the local service center over in Lansing for Meyer, their mechanics make up to $60 an hour.
Right. Right.
Specialized
cool
in
about-
Freightliner, you'll never be out of work.
Then the school I'm going to is the Ao Diesel Institute of Owasso. What's cool about the that stuff is because I'm going for the associate's degree, I get all 7 ASEs for the technology, and one of those happens to be steering.
Right.
And we have the fancy alignment racks. We can slide right under them and do alignments. So maybe I'm thinking maybe I can get lucky and learn how to play with the alignment racks.
Right. Right.
But
Yeah,
we do.
you can make a good living working on trucks. I mean, there's that demand's always there. It's not going to go away. I mean,
Yeah. It's cool because when we fix them, we can't take them out on the road. They don't take them out on the road over there. But we do have a chassis dyno that's good for 2,500 horse. They just roll them back on a dyno, put a simulated 80,000 pound load, and line them up to sometimes they'll wind them up to about 80 mile an hour.
Yep.
We have a truck. They have a truck there. It's pushing. It's a Canadian truck, so it's been tuned a little bit for Canadian emissions. I think it's like 500 and something horse at just over 1,500 pound-feet of torque.
Right.
I think it's a Freightliner. Yeah, it's Freightliner. They had that thing on the dyno probably pushing 80, and it was just screaming.
Oh yeah. Yep.
What's cool is if you have a rear-wheel drive vehicle, once in a while they'll let you bring in your own vehicles and put them on the chassis dyno.
Right.
I was like, that would be kind of fun.
Some of them that's got the horse really turned to them. You put them on the dyno and chain them down. It just sounds like it's just trying to tear the dyno apart.
Yeah, that's how that truck was. They had her chained down pretty good. It wasn't going nowhere. I'm sitting there thinking, all right, because we just did a couple tours through there for school. I'm sitting there thinking, please don't let that thing launch off the dyno, because if she does, it's gonna be ugly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because it was either gonna go towards a steel door, or towards a brick wall if it launched.
Yeah.
A few years ago, go like that.
Yep. No, mine's only ever been on the dyno one time. That's when we first changed that on that cat motor.
Really?
I've never had anything on a dyno.
Uh,
I said I've never had anything on a dyno, but dyno.
yeah, I had my old 4 1/4 on there, all mechanical. And that thing with them 8-inch straight pipes, that thing sounded real good on that dyno. It sounded like it was going to tear it apart. But that thing was done strong.
One of the trucks we had at my high school diesel class was a newer Freightliner from Meyer. You know how the old Detroit diesels, when they're really cold, they have that typical cold whoop where they idle up and then idle down and just stutter.
Mm-hmm.
Now the truck we had, that newer Freightliner, had a DD13 in it. So I'm like, it's a 4-stroke Detroit. I'm like, it shouldn't do that. But we're doing the pins of the connectors, trailer connectors, and then remember, because we had to check brakes, and you couldn't check the brakes with that truck because it lose pressure. It's like, so you'd have to start it up. I was like, hey, let's see what happens. I hit the key, and it was just like the new Detroit was just like the old ones. It sat there, it idled up 2,000 RPM, and then dropped back down, and then started 2,000, and then dropped back down.
Right.
I'm sitting there like, come on, baby, stay running.
Yeah.
Don't stall.
Yeah, them old Detroits over with some good motors, especially the 60 series.
Let's see, we had two 671s and a 6V71.
The old Detroit 60s series were a good engine.
Oh, yeah.
Enough torque to pull the house down. But we did have one truck in there that had a Series 60 in it.
Yeah.
So I like the old 2-stroke Detroits though, because they got about enough torque to pull a house down.
Yeah.
I don't know, the cat we had in our auto car where I worked at, she was well tuned.
Yeah. That was probably the A model, wasn't it?
Yeah,
What would it be?
it was
Oh,
a
Yeah, A.
We had a lot of cool trucks in that class, but the one I liked the most was our Mack. We still have this, a 1980 R model with the max torque 5-speed and the Mack 6-cylinder.
Right.
well that auto car when we got it, there was no clutch or gas switch on the Jake. It was a pull up switch on the gear shift. So you could at an idle, you could pull that switch and it would sound like it had a huge cam in it.
Yeah, that's the way mine is. I got the Jake on the shifter, so I don't have to reach for the dash or anything. I can flip it all right there, right from the shifter.
Yeah, but this one here, you could be under full load going up a hill and pull that son of a bitch with the pedal to the floor, and it would just start rolling coal.
Right.
You know that Mack was kind of funny. Is that Mack was really lopey too. You just hear talk when it set their idle because it didn't have gold plugs. So the only way we could get that thing to start to move it in the shop and out is the instructor would go in there and crank on that. We'd have somebody sit there with the breather off the intake and just fog it with ether until it started.
Right.
So he'd be sitting there cranking and be hold her steady.
Yeah.
But once it fired and warmed up, it ran great.
You want to see something interesting, Horse? Look up Pro Stock Diesel Cold Start on YouTube.
A case of ether.
Case of ether.
Get it right.
They're double fisting it. And you see guys in the background sitting there shaking the cans up, handing it to him. He's just constantly spraying it in, and it's just chugging out smoke until it gets warm enough to run.
A case of ether, and you better have another case about handy if the temperature's down any whatsoever at all. And you just keep spraying until it finally takes off on its own. You want to talk about a lope when it does fire. Holy smokes. It's bad.
Yeah, that Mack though, we had a couple kids try shifting it and they were grinding so hard. I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking, guys, you got to double clutch it. But what's weird is we had one kid he almost hit, I want to say third or fourth gear. First gear in that truck, it was slow as a snail, but once he's hit second and third, that Mack would just fly. first gear was low and slow, but as soon as you hit second and third in that maxi torque,
Mhm.
like a streak. But this one was a fun Mac because it had the planetary axles in it. Planetary rear ends. Low first and then second and third, fourth and second and up, you would just freaking gone.
Pat was saying that he worked on a Detroit two-stroke that had the supercharger and the turbo on it. Little fun fact is back in the day when they first started hot rodding, that's where they got this. That's where they got the superchargers from to put on their cars. Were off the Detroit diesels.
Yeah, because they were everywhere.
Well, nobody thought about putting a supercharger on a car. Gas motor.
Yep.
Yep.
The only reason they say Detroit's needed those on blowers on the old two strokes was to pressurize the blocks to be able to get them to start. Yeah, that's the main reason we is because they wouldn't get any block pressure. So they're like, what can we do? Oh, just put a supercharger on it. That'll get some block pressure to fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They will not run without them.
I miss my old Diamond Rio I had my first truck. It was a nice truck.
Hey Fred or Ed, did you see what Fred drug out of the garage getting ready to go on maiden voyage? His
Yep.
old truck with that coffin sleeper on it. That thing looks
Yeah,
good. Yep.
There's our instructors telling us a story. The one year, when they got to the engines unit, right, which is what we were supposed to do for our last unit, my diesel class in high school, but because of the current, what's going on in the world, we got screwed out of the most fundamental unit. Just the previous year, they tore one of these 671 Detroits down. It was a runner. They tore it down and put it back together. It fired up. And he said, when we fire this thing, I want somebody standing by that emergency shut off on that blower and over the intake on that blower with a book in case this thing decides it's going to take off. Right? So they fire it up. It's idling fine, just sitting there idling perfect, right? He's telling us this. They hit the throttle and it stuck. And those kids ran because they thought it was going to blow. One kid ran outside and was puking because he was so nervous. He's like, he said basically to him, what part of I told you to stand there with a book, install it, did you not understand?
Right.
It's like, you don't run. You sit there with a book and you stuff it.
Yeah, if one runs away on you, it's the only way you're going to get it shut down is you got to snuff it out.
Yep, it's either if a book doesn't work, you better have a hefty rag to stuff in there.
No, not a rag, because it'll suck that rag right through there. A rag will do you nothing.
I seen a V12 Detroit on a rock crusher eat a box of rags, a dude's Carhartt jacket, and we had the fuel line all smashed shut. It was sucking oil. It was running so fast it was sucking oil out of the motor running on it.
Right. When they run away, the best thing you can do is snuff it. You can't snuff it. It's gone. Just forget it.
If you can't snuff it out, that's the one sign that tells you, run.
If a V12 Detroit off one of them power plants went, you couldn't run fast enough by the time it started throwing parts.
No. Nope, not at all.
By the time we got that thing shut off, that turbo was glowing red.
A while back. You know how like the 7.3 Power Strokes? I'm not a Ford guy, but the 7.3 Power Strokes, those are great engines. Dude, I've never heard of really any problems with them. A while back, I was on Marketplace and I see a motorhome. It was the 7.3. It only had 80,000 miles on it. It's on a rod south.
Oh yeah.
Done. I was like, yep, good luck getting that engine squeezed out of there. Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Really, I don't know if a fire extinguisher would actually put one out, especially if it was sucking oil out of the motor. It might just keep on because it works off compression, not spark. So
yeah,
I don't
we actually
know if a fire extinguisher actually do it.
we actually had almost one engine. It's after 4 years, and we almost had running. It was a 855 small cam Cummins. It sat there 30, 40 years, and it was fairly loose, but they took valves out, cleaned all the valves out and everything, and got it loose. They're like, all right, she's got good compression because it had a mechanical release on it. So they're like, all right, let's see if we can get this thing to fire. Snuffed it with put a little ether in the turbo. You'd hear it, and then you hear it trying to kick over because it was not drying fuel to save its life. We kept trying. It was like, come on, baby, start. Then eventually you'd spray with enough ether, it'd fire and stay running for a couple seconds and die. So you're like, all right, she wants to run. We had Kid on one side cranking it over, and we had someone standing right here with a fire extinguisher aimed at the turbo in case that thing was going to take off because we're like, in case of fire. We had the big fire extinguisher too, the class A, B, and C extinguisher. So we're like, man, if only we would have had, if all this virus stuff wouldn't have hit, we would have had that 855 running.
Right.
Because the way we do is they get it spinning over, take compression release, and kick it on, get it spinning, and then hit compression and spray it with ether and fire right off.
Right.
And you could hear it hitting all 6 cylinders. It was like, all right, she runs. She's just not getting fuel.
Right.
I saw a bunch of guys go after a B12 with a not fire extinguisher, a garden hose once from hooked up to a fire hydrant trying to shut down a B12. That was the wrong thing to do. That cold water hit that hot engine. It just made it blow even faster.
I only ever had one run away from me, and that was KT 600. Damn things. Wicked.
Yeah. I was going to see if I can find a video, but I was watching a video a while back. I was looking to find a link for it. This guy took a super cat. I don't know what model number, what diesel it was, but it was a cat diesel. It might have been Cummins, but I think it was a cat. And he put a supercharger on it. 4-stroke cat with a supercharger. And it was screaming. I was like, oh, I bet that's a torque boat.
Mark, you remember the 6.2 liter diesel Chevy come out with, their first diesels?
Yeah.
Kenny had one of those, and he had a Blazer. He blew a head gasket into the cylinder. He actually drove the connecting rod through the bottom of the piston.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah, then there was one I seen. This guy had a Cummins drag truck, and he put a supercharger on it, and it was claiming he's claiming in the title making 1,000 horse with that supercharger on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those original 6.2s were junk.
Out of these Poland trucks, C15 cat, computerized, all chipped and everything, they're putting out serious.
You know, I was watching a video a while back. This guy with the video on how to bulletproof the 6.5 liter diesel. And one of the main things he said is the way you can stop those units, those electronic units on the injection pumps from burning up, is get one of those aluminum cooling fins. They just bolt on. He said, take that unit and put it on that and move it somewhere where it can get air. And he said those 6.5s will never have another injection pump problem. He said, you move that electric unit somewhere where it can get air and stay cool. He said they will just sit there and run forever. They will not have any problems.
Right.
Well,
So something that simple of a fix will make it just run. And he said there's one other accessory. Then he said there's an accessory on there. You get rid of that accessory, they're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
U.S. Army like the 6.2s and 6.5s on the boats because they could get right up and scoot.
Yep.
I think the Marine ones were 220 horse. Yeah, I think the Marine one was 220 horse.
I don't know whatever come about it, but I know Banks is working on 1,000 horsepower 4-wheel drive drag truck. They were putting out over 1,000 horsepower on that, and then they also had a rail. I don't know how much horsepower they had in it, but it also had one of the Banks turbo diesels in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if y'all have seen a video from Banks Performance Dale. They actually built a Duramax up just to see what the stock internals could take. and they were pumping 850 horse through it, and the stock internals didn't show any signs of wear at 850 horse.
Oh,
So
they've had stock ones.
The stock Duramax.
Over 900.
I was gonna say Bennett.
yeah, the guts in them are the guts in them are just so the guts in a Duramax are just so strong they can take a lot of
Yeah,
abuse.
Bennett.
abuse.
Bennett trailer. They're putting out 1,350 horse on a Duramax, chipped up and computerized, and one heck of a pulling truck.
Well, what's his name that went from the diesel tractor to the big trucks? What's he running? Huh?
Not Russ, is it?
Yeah, Russ Nichols.
Yeah.
What's-
He's running that Keith Black Hemi.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He got that. Yeah, it's got the Keith Black Hemi. Putting out serious horsepower too.
Yeah, I think our highest horsepower engine we have at my diesel class was our Volvo Penta. It was a TMD 72 Marine. We estimated, it's just a rough guess, but from the research we did, we think that one makes about roughly. We're estimating the ballpark of 600 horse.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing, you could just stand on it, and it would just scream. Oh, 600 Swedish built horsepower.
Yep.
And it's like, no wonder they do so good in boats. They can just freaking turn RPM like there's no tomorrow. Now, I like the Volvo diesels because they're pretty much indestructible.
Yeah, but they got a lot of flaws in there. And the Mercedes and the I can't think of that other one right this second.
I know they're over in Europe. They got the old man diesels,
Right.
which I had to do a job shell for my careers class, and the job shell guy who was an ag mechanic, self-employed, right, works on his own stuff, just has a couple choppers, two Claas Jaguars. Now the one had two Mercedes inline sixes diesels in it. And it was weird because the way that one was set up is you had just your main engine, and you could start that one up and just run a chopper like that. But if you needed more power, there was a switch in the cab. You just flick that switch, and it'd fire the second one up to get you more power. But the one we had to run down the road had a MAN V8 in it. And I think he said it's only coming at like 1900. But I'll tell you what, that Claas would get right up and move with that MAN V8. It was torquey.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I know I was looking at the fence over like in the European fence. The ones those have higher governors on them. The ones over in Europe and UK, the big fence, they'll cruise 50 miles an hour.
Right.
They're governed for 35 over here, but the way the European law is the way it's stated in Europe is they have to be able to keep up with road traffic.
Right.
Because the roads over there are smaller, so they have to keep up with traffic. But I gotta admit, 50 miles an hour for a farm tractor is pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
Not this boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not enough sheet metal around that thing.
Well, I'm just talking the steering, man. I've been on some tractors that, you got to half a wheel a turn before that front wheel even starts to turn.
Yeah.
I know, but I've looked at the fence just to see. The fence are actually pretty quick on steering spots. You can whip them right around. A couple of local farmers have one. Larry, we have a local farmer running one right now. It's like the biggest fence close to the biggest fence you can get. It's the Vario 1000. And it's a big tractor.
It's like that song had "Give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around." That's the way some of those old tractors were.
Yeah, the old steam tractors are definitely that way. You need the whole field to turn them around.
Heck yeah, they had cable steering or chain steering.
Yep, chain link steer. Turn, keep turning, keep turning.
Yeah.
Turn harder. Yep, it's cool. It's cool watching how much technology has evolved over the over the years. It's
Yeah,
funny
but
some-
I still like the old open mechanical steam engine stuff, man. The shit nowadays with
Yeah,
all the
they got
sensors
more-
and everything else, keep that
Yeah.
shit.
But then you think about steam engines. Steam engines don't usually make a lot of horsepower, but what they lack in horsepower, they make up for in torque. Because pretty much almost every stroke is a power stroke.
Yep.
I know Case made the largest steam engine Case made, steam traction engine Case made, put out 110 horsepower at 3,000 pound-feet of torque at only 240 RPM. That's a lot of downwheel torque.
Yep.
As a watching one, this guy had it hooked to a pulling sled, and I think that sled was fully weighted, and it did a full pull. It didn't even phase it. It just kept on walking with the sled. That steam engine didn't know it was back there.
No, they got unbelievable torque.
It takes a lot to bog one of them down and kill them. I like it when they get them torqued down to here, chug, 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 chug. Hear them just really popping.
Yep. Nothing but sparks
That's how I know
flying.
they're really. Yep. But I mean, watching the diesel tractors pull, that's pretty cool. But I like watching the steamers pull because you can't stop them.
Yeah, Jerry's out pulling tonight, Ed.
Where's he at? Mile Branch or down at
Mechanics.
Mechanicstown?
Hey, last minute thing, he wanted Kaylee wanted me to go down there tonight. I'm like, you know, I don't go nowhere on Saturday nights.
Is that a transfer or is that a dead weight? I seen the video he put up with a dead weight pull.
Yeah, no, it's transferred tonight. Yeah, he was at Augusta on that dead weight one. But I can't get it through his head. You can't set the tractor up for dead weight coming off a transfer.
Right.
Set for your wheel speed on transfer, dead weight, you're dead in water.
Yep.
But hopefully he learns it soon.
Without breaking stuff.
Yeah. Now he wants to change that injection pump on that doors.
Well, that's the whole reason I quit doing the dead weight pulls is I was breaking too much stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's no happy medium. Either you're a dead weight tractor or you're a transfer. You can't get a happy medium trying to do both out of the same tractor.
I was watching a video video the other day. It's Alice Chalmers video. It's called "The World's Fastest Tractor." This was shot back probably in the 40s, 30s, 40s. It was Alice Chalmers. I can't remember what the model was, but they put special carbs on them and built them. No, special transmissions. They put a special transmission in them. And it set the record at like just over 65 mile an hour wide open throttle in high gear.
I think that was a WD-45.
I can't remember what the model. I don't think it was, but imagine going freaking 65 on a farm tractor. That'd be terrifying. It'd be fun, but it'd be terrifying because you on a tractor that old, you have basic reduction box steering. You ain't gonna be able to turn fast enough to avoid something. You just point it in a direction and hope it goes there.
You just push it out of your way.
That's about like a modified garden tractor. Point and hope.
Oh, that's how my diesel. That's how my diesel rat rod is. It barely turns. You just point it in a direction and you hope it goes there. Because if not, that clutch and brake combo is your friend. If I can't make a turn, I'll either just idle it down and back up, or if I see something coming, I'll just reach over and nail the clutch in it. Because the clutch and brake are on one unit. So as soon as you slam that clutch, it locks the brake in and it just slides. But I can't wait to take it out again this winter and find some ice to put it on and go out and power slide it.
Well, you look at the bright side, it'll always stop. Once you hit stop, you're going to stop.
Yeah, but I like it because it's got the throttle is also your kill. So if it's an oh crap and the brake, you can't get to the clutch fast. If you can just reach down and shut the throttle off, and that compression acts like a strong brake, it will just done.
Right.
That's how I like using that diesel for parking it on a hill, because it makes a great parking brake. Just put it in gear and let the compression hold it.
Yeah.
It's like it's one of those things. If it stalls and you can't get it started, you ain't gonna be able to pull start it because you're gonna get momentum and compression's gonna lock and you're done.
Yeah.
Speaking of steering and that, this winter, if I keep Kenny's tractor, we're moving the front end out on it.
You are?
Yeah,
Why?
Here's
because it looks goofy sitting where it's at.
Why does it look goofy?
I found it.
It looks like it's super short.
Well, you know, I'm gonna leave that alone.
There it was. Here I found the model. It was in 1934 when they set the record. It was the Alice Chalmers Model U.
Okay.
Here it is. 65.45 mile an hour was the record set by A.B. Jenkins. And 34 of those tractors were fit with those special transmissions.
Right.
So you could get from one end of the field to the other pretty quick pulling a plow if you wanted to. Put that baby in high gear and hold her wide open.
Yeah.
Talk about speed plowing.
Yeah.
Just think how much done you could get in a day going over 65 with a plow behind you.
But there's a lot of that speed plowing going on.
Yep, over in Europe. Yep, over in Europe, that's a big event.
Yeah.
I like watching
Yeah.
I like watching the fence do it because they haul.
They come out of one row and then they turn
Well,
to go to
okay.
the next, about roll it over just to get there.
And they
But
don't
one
even,
thing
they don't even slow down before they drop that plow, man.
One thing I do like about the fence, what's cool is they have they call it takeoff control, and on your joystick, it has levels through 1 through 4, and you adjust that depending on how fast you want that tractor to take off. I've watched them take off in 4 before, and they just gone like
Yep.
a streak.
Yep.
I like the fence. I mean, they're a nice looking tractor. But one thing I do like about them is the exhaust brake. They have an exhaust brake on this little button on the floor you push, and there's your exhaust brake.
Hey, Lola, those guys over in Europe, they're setting them like normal height depth when they're doing them competitions, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're putting it in the ground. My God, they got the fuel turned to her like no other to do so.
Yes, they do.
Yep.
I bet you when they modify those ones to do that, makes you wonder how much horsepower they're squeezing out of them.
Right. Right.
I bet it's a lot. All that horsepower and torque.
But tonight, everybody's the last night for the get in on the giveaway. So make sure you put your number 5 in there so that you get entered in the drawing. So your name goes in the hat.
I'd like to find one of those Alice Chalmers Model U's with that transmission and put a plow behind it and take it over to Europe and do some speed plowing with it and show them boys what an old Alice could do. Be like, watch this. Gone. I'd be like, you think your fronts are fast? Watch this.
Right. Right.
I'd be like, I beat you in a drag race. I always used to mess with my friends because I have other friends that like the fence. I was like, you know what we gotta do just for fun? Go to the local farm dealership, and ask them if we can borrow a couple fence, and just line them up right side by side in town at a stoplight, and just rev them to the max, and just drag race them through town.
Right.
Be an extremely low speed chase for a cop, but that cop gets in front of you, they're not going to stop you.
Right.
Who's going to stop a how many 1,000-pound machine?
Right.
What's this about that?
Yep.
I took that tank over out in California and didn't think nobody could stop him either until he got hung up on the dividing wall.
Yeah. People do some crazy stuff.
Here we go. Here's the one I like, the 930. Let's go with the 930 Vario. They weigh a whopping 22,620 pounds.
Briggs, you better wake up down there.
That's a
He's falling out.
I had to hit him in the head.
I worked all last night and went over to that guy's garage, and we got the Buick motor back in between the frame rails today. I'm waiting for my old Buick to be back. Hopefully I'll be able to get it out and do some laps with her pretty soon. That old 455s, we got it back in today. We were all too tight. We didn't have enough guys to lift the casket size hood back on.
I found it. Here's this Rex. They can lift a good amount too.
The hood on that car is just half the length of my Impala. I mean, it's like 9 foot long hood.
Jeez.
Those old Buick Electra. It's a 71 Buick Electra. You got. I'm sure you remember those old battleships. You take up 2 parking spots today to park the damn thing. Today I laughed. I went the last time I drove that car. I was up at Walmart and some old lady came and complained because I was taking up 2 parking spots. They said, "Lady, this is a car. This ain't no tuna fish can like they make today." Why do you need something like that? I don't know. Why do you need a fat ass?
Yeah.
I found the lift specs. It's 19.8 at the rear lift and 9,000 up front. But here we go. Here's the only thing we care about: horsepower.
Right.
295 gross horsepower, 270 net horsepower, and max horsepower is 305, but 250 horse at the PTO.
Right.
I'll be putting about 400. That 455 be about 490, 495 horse when it's they haven't dynoed it yet, but it's gonna be a nice. Motor's been all rebuilt, new cam, new piston, new lifters, everything. Magnaflux ahead. I put an Edelbrock manifold and throttle body on it. The carburetor went in the garbage can. Done with the carburetor.
Yep.
Throttle body ready for a turbo.
Nah, I want to keep it basically an old man's car. I like going down the highway, let go of that steering wheel at 80 if I wanted to, and just I can let go of that steering wheel at 80 and sit back and read a book if I wanted to. They don't make them like that anymore.
Right.
That'd be a good sleeper car.
It is.
I mean, I don't like the large Buicks, but I wouldn't mind having a Buick Riviera, boat tail Riviera.
Now, wasn't those front wheel drive though?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, probably depending on what model you're.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
But I like the looks of the boat tail Rivieras. I like that rear end they put on. I think it looks cool.
That bubble window in the rear.
Yeah.
That, and I like the old Barracudas, the old 60s Barracudas with that big back glass.
Ooh, Barracuda.
Visibility is no issue when you're backing up in one of those.
Yeah.
Their Plymouth's probably like, what do you mean blind spots?
The Buick what I got, the 225 Electra. They the only thing I don't have, which I'm glad on, I don't have the leather seats. Leather seats are nice to look at, but they're not nice to sit on when it's hotter in hell or colder in hell.
Yeah, because they suck you in.
You get burned on a leather seat with the sun on it.
Okay. That's like the perfect combo right there. Just a black boat tail Riviera. That's a beautiful thing right there.
Yep.
I know the Barracuda. What's funny is cool is that the Barracudas still hold the record for the world's largest production rear window. I think it's 14, or it's either 14 or 15.7 square feet of glass.
Yeah, and that Buick Electra I got's got the same nose as that almost, and it's just as long. That Riviera is just as big. So you can go get the ride out that you will that my Buick Electra. That big old 4-door battleship, as it's called.
Does it float right down the road? Does it ride pretty nice, or is it more rough?
It's got the fat. It's the first year. First year they experimented with air ride suspension. It's got all air ride, compressor in the pump. I had last year when I went hunting, I had to convert it to airbags because you couldn't get the factory suspension anymore. And I still have the original air compressor in the trunk on that car, and it still works perfect. The only thing the guy that we're working on, he's been trying to get me to put 22s on that car. You are not taking off my wire wheels and white walls. I am not doing that to that old girl. That does not. No.
You don't need it to be a pimp mobile.
I got the factory. I got white wall tires, the big, thick 12-inch white wall tires with the wire wheels. Yeah, she's with the vinyl top. I love that car. It's a beast. Still,
just don't want to put my shoes on it and make it look like a pimp mobile.
No, we call them ho-ho wagons here. No, you're not. No. My nephew thinks he's going to get it when I die, and he's going to put 22s on it. I said, believe me, that's not going to anybody that's going to chop it up with friggin' 22-inch wheels. I'll send it to the crusher before I do it.
If you want a pimp car, get an old Lincoln or Cadillac. Those are the real pimp boats.
Hey, tell you something, that Buick was just as much money as that Cadillac. It was the same platform as the 71 Cadillac DeVille. Basically the same body, just a little slightly different nose.
Yep, I mean, if you want a pimp car, you gotta get an old Lincoln Continental.
I want an old Volkswagen Rabbit.
Hey, Ed, my VW Cabriolet is nothing but a Volkswagen Rabbit convertible. That's all that is.
I want the diesel.
I was actually scrolling through Marketplace the other night, and I seen a truck for $2,500. I think it was $2,500. You'll never guess. Just take a while to guess what it was.
Chevy Love Truck.
Probably that Volkswagen truck.
Nope. This truck had a diesel in it.
Oh.
No, it was a Mitsubishi Mighty Max. Or no,
Hey, I saw a truck that would have been right up at. There's a truck for sale up near me with brand new rocker panels on it, zero rust on it, rear wheel drive, 8-foot bed that screams Ed all over. A Dodge D50.
I'll take it.
They want $1,000 for it.
Here it is right here. That's what it was. No. Oh, never mind. It was at $3,000. They dropped it to $2,200. It's a 86 Mitsubishi Mighty Max diesel.
Oh. Wow.
I seen something the other day going down the road that I'd never seen before. It was the H3 pickup.
Oh yeah, the H3T.
Yeah, H3T, I guess. Yeah.
Those you could get the 5.3 in.
$1,000 for a rust-free D50 Dodge pickup with the 8-foot bed.
Yeah.
One truck I would like to have though.
Yeah, I could see Full Bear Ed wanting that. He'd drive that around.
One truck I'd like to have someday. I'll probably never get my hands on one, but I want to have one. Is an Isuzu Pup diesel. Isuzu makes great engines. I mean, their engines are pretty much dead nuts reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Buy a Chevy S10. That's nothing but a Isuzu.
I'll drive the wheels off anything. It don't matter to me.
But you can
That
Isuzu Pup diesel is nothing but a Chevy Love, basically.
Yeah.
That's all that is, or Isuzu. Just like everyone thinks I'm crazy, but the Chevy S10 is a Isuzu Hombre with a Chevy grill.
Yeah. Well, there for a while, I was looking at the Isuzu MPRs, right? Yeah, MPRs, MPRs, little cab overs. I was looking at one of those to buy for my daily driver until I found out I couldn't get it titled as a light duty truck.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Those old mini trucks. Yeah, the cab over mini truck.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, those things are pretty. Those things cause there's tons of videos online. There's I think this one might have been over in Japan. This guy had a nice 4-wheel drive one, and he put it on tracks, and that thing would pretty much go anywhere.
No, I'm not talking the mini truck. I'm talking the full size MQR, MPRs. You know, the box trucks and stuff they run around making deliveries and stuff in. I want one of those as a flatbed on it just to use as my daily driver. We got 2 of them at work, and I used to drive a couple of them. They're full of torque. I mean, little 4-cylinder Isuzu diesel. I've had over 7 ton on our little dump truck at work, which it's only rated for about 4.5 or 5. I've had 7 on it, and it pulled it right down the road.
Hey, I just found the Chevy Colorado. Tell me, check that out, right? Okay, look, this is your neck. I found what the Colorado was based off of.
Zuzu I Series truck.
Yeah, right there.
It's
There it
no
is.
secret. The Chevy small, all sorts Chevy small trucks are nothing but glory. The Colorado, the S10, the Love, they're all Zuzus with a Chevy grill.
Yeah, but I like this right here. This is called it's a 2020 Isuzu D-Max. I think that looks sweet. But no, we don't get that in America. They only get it in Japan and a few other countries. We don't get that. See, we don't get all the cool stuff other countries have to offer for pickup trucks.
You can have it imported.
Yeah, then you think you gotta pay how many? What, over $20,000-$30,000 for that? Then you gotta pay the import tax.
You know what's funny? Until last year, you could have gone down to Mexico and go bought an old school VW bus. They still made them. They still made them, produced them in Mexico until 2018 or 19, and I can't remember where else. Oh God, I forget the name of the country. They were still selling the VW Rabbit. It was amazing, same body and all. You shut the frig up, you red bone coonhound. Shut up. Yeah, I see you, you coonhound. No singing now.
He wants his
Don't
liver.
sing. What's that?
He wants his liver.
He already had some deer heart and deer liver today. He just wants to go singing because there's a truck coming. Briggs, you want to sing, don't you? Yeah, I know. You want to sing. No singing.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug, what's happening, brother?
Ow.
Oh, but there's rumors going around that Volkswagen actually is going to bring the bus back, but it's being all electric.
They're not going to bring it back to look the same as they did in the air-cooled days.
It's a little more modern. I don't think it looks too ugly.
That's butt ugly.
But the way they're going to design it's going to have like full captain's chairs in it too, so you can swing right around. I don't think I could personally own a bus myself, but I would love to have an old Beetle. Air-cooled Beetle, Type 2.
I want to get a smart car and put a gas motor in it. Be just like a golf cart.
Hey, I tried to buy one of them little cars, and she was not.
I always say there's nothing smart about a smart car. They don't get that good of gas mileage for what they're supposed to. I don't know. Just the idea of getting in an accident, well, those things just don't look too smart to me.
Just park it there, though. I mean, you can park it
Ed,
I want to die.
Ed, if you get the chance to, look up an episode of Fifth Gear. They did a quick clip on testing a smart car against concrete barriers. They could not destroy that thing.
Well, we had about 4 of them run around campus last year, and we actually parked a golf cart next to it. The wheelbase isn't much different.
It's
I
still
don't
cool.
think your fat ass would fit into a smart car, Ed. You sure? You sure you wouldn't have to take out the front seat, park in the back, or whatever?
Yeah, you've seen Police Academy, right? Rip that front seat out, sit in the back seat.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I don't think I could see Ed zipping around in a smart car.
No, he'd have to take out the whole both seats and put a bench in there and sit right in the middle.
Hell yeah. Time,
Yeah.
talent, and money is all it takes.
Pimp out a
If you
go
wanna
pimp
have
out a
fun with
smart car.
I used to have a Chevy S10 that was right hand drive. It was from the post office. Some guy ordered a Chevy S10. It was right hand drive. Well, he sold it, and I bought it. My brother didn't have a driver's license, so we used to go around town. We were mad, evil. We went to a junkyard, got old Chevy steering wheel, and we'd have people call in and say they saw my brother, blah blah blah, driving down the road, no license. He'd get pulled over. You know, it was funny. I'm driving on the right hand side. He'd pull over. Something wrong, officers? Yes, driving without a license, you know, it's illegal. My brother came out and said, "Oh, okay, here, hold the steering wheel." Like, you son of a bitch.
But anyway, back to this giveaway, you guys. This is last chance. Last night, you have the opportunity to enter your 5 in,
I'll
and
my
Put
five
it in
in earlier.
when the chat ends because I can't do it when the phone's on.
you have
Oh.
to be present next Saturday night to win. It's getting drawn. There'll be 2 winners, and if you haven't given me the thumbs up yet, please do. But tonight's your last night to get in.
I did put my 5 in her. I put my 5
Oh,
in as soon as I got in here. I
You gotta
said
go to
hi and
thumbs
then
down. Gotta go to thumbs down for once. You know, give you because it don't matter. You know, just everyone go thumbs down, and then they'll still count. People don't understand that. It's a joke.
Oh.
I've been getting
Actually-
some thumbs down.
I
I
have
don't
that as
care.
a banner when I run my live streams because mine says hashtag road to 500, right? In my
Right.
banner. What I have under there, it says, please leave a like or dislike. Either one counts as a view. Hashtag road to 500.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I was
how to
like,
do
yeah,
that. I don't know how
I
to do
could probably, banners are pretty easy.
Yeah.
Okay, like, you know, if you go to like the side where it's like on your end where it says private chat and stuff, it shows your menu.
Uh-huh.
You can go in there and it's called example banners. It will be under a folder called example banners, and you can type one out and you can set it so it stays solid across the bottom, where you can what they call a ticker, where it does this, it scrolls.
Right.
It's actually
That-
pretty cool.
That's the waste department. I don't do that much.
I think I'm gonna. I had some pizza earlier. It's trying to tear me up. I took some, so I think I'm gonna get off of here. So in case something happens, I can dart to the porcelain god.
Alrighty, Horse. Thanks for coming up.
See you, Horse. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
If we do,
Yeah, those old rabbit diesels were fun to drive.
it was after breakfast. I got a text. And
From me?
no, from the parts warehouse.
Oh.
I have to let you read it.
Are your parts in now? Just tell them just put them in a box and wait for you.
No, I didn't even reply. I left it alone.
Even pictures.
I even got pictures of them.
Oh.
Yeah. I think what I said kind of hit home there. So, it is what it is.
Hey. You got to have the parts available when the guys want them, not when they. Yeah.
Yeah. But I laughed. I showed it to Sandy. I was like, oh boy.
Said nothing until
None of that. No. Leave it alone. Later. That's a conversation.
No,
for
the only
later.
thing I'm trying to debate on that Buick is to go with MSD or Excel distributor.
MSD box.
No, I want to buy the distributor with the box. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go with the MSD version or the Excel. Haven't decided.
I would go with the
I don't know which
MSD.
one. What's that?
I would go with the MSD.
That's what I'm leaning towards because they seem to be more better on parts and customer service.
And they're easily upgradable.
Yep. Because I got to go with that to make it run right because the points just ain't going to keep up with the fuel injection as good. I mean, we fired it up today and it sounded great. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. That old Buick all rebuilt sounded great. We ran it with the break-in oil. Went through the break-in and dropped it and put in the fresh oil. But it sounded evil with cherry bombs out the back end, and the mufflers ain't on it yet, just the cherry bombs.
Yep.
Well, I'm thinking about it too, Mark. If you can drop a line, if you got an extra lineup pin for the
Oh yeah,
closer
No.
plate.
yep.
No, I'm probably gonna have to order.
All right, I'll pull one out of mine.
Yeah, I'll just order some. Then whenever you need it, I'll have it here.
All right. I need it for that cam tool.
Okay. Yep. I'll get them because I'm gonna order some more stuff Monday.
Yeah, I can pull one out of my block.
All right.
Matter of fact, I might have some extra ones from that. I don't know if they were in that other block you gave me or not.
Should be. Only thing I can figure is whenever that block went to the machine shop, I should have took them out.
Well, there was one in it.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't take them out, and they probably got lost at the machine shop.
Yep.
Probably.
Stop licking the couch.
So
It's a couch. It's not meant to wash. It don't need a washing from your tongue, you fat dog.
oh, he didn't do nothing to you.
Hey, he licks up my couches and he gets in my car and licks my car seats. No.
He's cleaning the house.
Cleaning house? No, I don't think so. Sitting on a couch with a wet seat or a wet arm.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I know what they're doing it for. They're trying to get the salt from where I sat on it, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
Get on Salt Lake.
Yeah, give him Salt Lick. Put it out there.
Briggs already has high blood pressure.
Might help him out.
He don't need his pencil sharpened. He's been fixed for 10 years and he's still trying to hump the ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That's his instinct. That's the way most dogs are.
He did. Yeah, tomorrow he'll get to go run with the young boys because they're having that coonhound hunt tomorrow. So that'll be interesting to see what his 12-year-old fat ass will do with those youngsters.
Yeah, you never know. But all right, we're gonna get ready and shut this thing down. Just a reminder, anybody that wants entered in the drawing, tonight's the last night for the drawing. You get your entry in, put a 5 in the chat, your name will go in the hat. We'll pull it next Saturday night. There'll be 2 winners. I go live at 7. We're gonna pull 2 names next Saturday night. Got to be present here to win. But put a 5 in the chat, and we'll get your name in the hat. And if you're drawed, you'll be a winner.
And there's that nice white stove.
Always there. But it's got pizza and chicken sitting on it right now. So
Hey, that stove's always clean though. Y'all be nice to your housekeeper. I love her white stove.
yeah,
Hey, my still has pizza sitting on it too.
does it?
Yeah.
Yep. All righty, we're gonna shut it down, and we'll see y'all next Saturday night. Make sure you get your number 5 typed into the chat for tonight. and your entry will go in the hat. And next Saturday night, there'll be 2 lucky winners. Good luck. That's all I can tell you. Thanks for coming in.
Go.
Have a good one.
Later.
So